Hey there everyone, it's Hillary. Welcome back to my YouTube channel here at Creative Faith & Co. And here, you'll see I have a ton of planners in my hand. Oh my goodness, with 2019 coming to a close, it's time to pick a planner for 2020. And maybe you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, like me. But I have narrowed it down and I have four topics to help you pick your planner for 2020. So let me set all these down and we will go through each of those 4 ways to help you pick your planner for this new year. And I'm excited. I know that planning is a big part of my life, obviously, and so I want to help you guys too make the best decision on which planner to use in the new year. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you can hear all 4 ways to help you narrow it down. Alright, so my hands are free now. I set down all my planners, but I wanted to just help you guys figure out some different ways on how to narrow down what planner you should use for the new year. Before I walk through those 4 kind of topics and things to think about, I'm going to tell you a little bit about kind of my planner history. So I started using a planner in middle school. Like, I don't know if you guys ever got a free planner from your middle school, but my school gave us a planner and I loved it. I used it all the time to write down homework and things like that I needed to work on. And so that went through high school and college. I always used a planner. After I graduated college, my favorite planner to use was May Designs. And so I used May Designs for quite a few years. I would use one May Designs as my calendar that had like the monthly and weekly setup. And then I would have another May Designs and I would just write out to-do lists. And so that worked for me for a really long time. When I was living abroad, someone gifted me an Erin Condren planner, and I actually don't have it anymore because it is really massive and big, and so I thought it was a beautiful planner, but it was just a little bit hard for me to use size-wise because I like to put my planners in my purse to take with me on the go. And then what else have I used? Well, and then currently I am using a Leuchtturm for my bullet journal, and I have been loving this. I have a whole playlist that I will link down below with my bullet journal, walking through my setup and my monthly setups, and this has been so much fun to use in 2019. I have loved doing it, and so that is what I'm currently using, as well as a few other things. I have a wellness planner. I have a micro happy notes that I use for some different things, mostly like little short to-do lists or grocery shopping lists, and so I have a few different other planners that I like to use too, but that's kind of what I have used in the past and what I am currently using right now. So the first thing on how to pick a planner for 2020, the first thing that you guys need to think about, and the first thing that I think about, is price. So I will kind of list those topics here on the screen. Number 1 is price. So think about how much money do you want to spend on a planner. And so I used to get, I have one here, the Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets, and this is an awesome tool and resource, but it's around $50 or $60. And so I found that I really liked using the habit tracking element of that, but I didn't want to spend all that money, and so that's why I love the bullet journal, because I can do habit tracking and have it be a little bit more affordable. May Designs are a pretty good option if you want an affordable notebook. Sometimes they have like 40 or 50% off sales, and so that's when I normally snag them, and so May Designs is a really affordable option, kind of on the other end of the spectrum, as well as this is a notebook from Michaels. It is a $5 notebook, dot grid notebook. I don't know if you can see it there, but it was only $5 and it works really well. I have been using it as a little bit of a faith bullet journal that I kind of started. And so it's only $5, and you guys, it has bookmarks and an index and holds up, the pages hold up decently well for using pens and whatnot. And so you do not need to spend a lot of money on a planner. So kind of think about, okay, how much money do I want to spend on a planner? And that is the first kind of way to help you figure out what planner to use in 2020. The Happy Planner I know is really popular also, but keep in mind, if you're going to get a Happy Planner, oftentimes people buy new discs for it, people buy accessories, pockets, bookmarks, stickers, things like that. So the Happy Planner can like easily go up in price. I know a lot of people love the Erin Condren planners. I think those are pretty expensive too. So just keep in mind, like, okay, how much money do I want to spend on a planner? And know that you do not need to spend a ton of money to get a really awesome planner. I also wanted to show you guys my wellness planner is this cute little planner, and I got it from Walmart. So Walmart had these really cute planners, and so I use it as my wellness planner. But it was like less than $10, and I got 2 traveler's notebooks and a cover for it. Not this cover, this was a gift from the Planner Society, but I got a different cover for it. And so I just think you don't need to spend a lot of money to have a planner and have a nice planner. So that is number one thing to think about is price. The second thing, number 2 to think about is function. So how are you going to use your planner? What functions does it need to have? So for me, one of the things that I really, that I learned about the bullet journal is that I need to have a monthly view. And so I had at the very beginning of 2019, let me pull it up for you guys, I made a future log. And so that's where it has the calendar on top and place to write future events on the bottom. And so I was using it, but I was missing things. I was missing appointments and activities with friends and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is not good. And so I ended up making this little janky DIY setup. And I just would like sketch out the monthly overview. And this has helped me so much. I have stopped messing up appointments and things like that because I'm a really visual person, and so I have to be able to see what it looks like. And so that's one thing that I know in my 2020 planner, whether I use a bullet journal or whether I buy a planner that's already set up, it has to have a monthly page. So that's one of the functions that I need my planners to have, is a monthly setup or layout. So let me just, so like in the May designs, let's see. In the May designs, there's a monthly setup, and so I just have to have a monthly setup in my planners. And so I learned that the hard way in my bullet journal this year. I also know that for me personally, I have to have a weekly setup in my planners, and the weekly setup needs to have a spot for events and it needs to have a spot for to-dos. So that is how I do a lot of my weekly planning, is that I have a list and a spot where I can put the to-dos, the activities for the week, and then a spot where I can write to-do lists. And that is how I plan my life. That is how I keep track of things. That's how I get things done, is through to-do lists and then thinking about my weekly overview and what events I have. So that is another function that I know my 2020 planner needs to have a spot in it for to-do lists each week and for the weekly events. So that is something else that for my functionality, I know my planner needs to have. And then the third thing for my planners personally, the function that it needs to have, is habit tracking. I found that that is really helpful and super fun to habit track each month. So in my bullet journals, I would do it. And I actually, as I was looking at my May Designs planners, who was in this one? So this is like before, I used these before I knew about bullet journals. And you see there's a little calendar, and I would use this for tracking my workouts. And so I had picked up these calendar sticky notes from the Target Dollar Spot. This was back in 2017. And I would use them to track things. And so even back in 2017, before I even knew about bullet journals, I was tracking using trackers. And so habit trackers is something that I really, really like. And so I know that I need to have some sort of space to do habit tracking in my 2020 planner. So those are the 3 functions for me that I need to have in my planner. And so I did want to highlight a couple other things. So this is the Clever Fox planner, and I have a YouTube review of this planner that I will link down below. And so one of the cool things about this planner is it has a spot for habit tracking. So in the weekly setup, there's a habit tracker spot, which I love. And then it also has a little spot for a to-do list. And so let's see, I used it. Here's one of the weeks that I was trying out this planner, and so I really liked how that setup was. And then there's something in here. So then here, this is the Wordsworth planner, and I have a planner review about this planner too. And so I have a little sample of when I was using this for a really busy week, and I loved how it had to-do lists at the top of the page. It also had a spot to write out gratitude. That's another thing that I really like having in a planner, is a spot for gratitude. So, and then it didn't have a habit tracker, and so I used my bullet journal planner habit tracking printable from my Etsy shop, and I'll link that down below in the description box too. I printed one out and used that here. So whatever planner you use, you can make it kind of work for you. So that is number 2, is to think about what function do you want your planner to have? What ways are you going to use it? Do you need to have a habit tracker in it? Can you make one? Are you going to use it for meal planning? Do you need to add that section or make sure that there's space in your planner to do that? Do you need a monthly view, weekly view? Kind of what is going to work best for you? So really think about how the function of your planner, how your planner needs to function. All right, number 3, the third thing to look at and think about as you are picking a planner for 2020 is the design look aesthetic of your planner. So how do you want it to look? And so I love black planners. I think I love it when it just kind of like matches and goes with anything. So that's why I picked the black Leuchtturm back in the day, but notice I added a sticker to it, and so I love being able to add stickers and things. A sticker is from Heart by Cece, and I'll link her shop down below. I love her shop for stickers. They have awesome stickers that are perfect to put on the front of notebooks. You'll notice I have one on the front of this notebook too. And so if a cover is kind of plain, I often will decorate it. The cool thing about the May Designs planners is that you can totally customize the cover, which I think is so cool, you guys. So you can pick the design, you can pick what you want it to say on it, if you want it to say the year or your name or some sort of verse, Bible verse or inspirational quote. So that is a really cool thing about May Designs. And then the other planner that I think has a really awesome kind of aesthetic and look is the Happy Planner, of course. So you can pick different covers for them. And they're very pretty, right? You have pretty discs, you have pretty inside pages with the Happy Planner, and so that is a really awesome kind of company and place if you want a very pretty planner. I would look at Happy Planner and May Designs are great options. Also, you can think about getting a cover for it. So this is, like I mentioned, the cover. This cover came from the Planner Society. I went to the West Coast Planners Candy Shop Conference, and I sat at the Planner Society table, and so we got a bunch of Planner Society goodies, which I just love that shop so much. And so this is a cute little cover. So I do really like the look of the cover of my what is this? My wellness planner. But if I didn't, if it was kind of ugly, getting a cover for it like this is kind of a cute way to make it look nice. Do you need to have a cute planner? No, your planner doesn't need to be cute. But it's like, this is the Wordsworth planner. It's just plain black, and it looks nice and chic, and yeah, so you don't need to have a pretty planner. But I know for me, I like pretty planner. I love decorating the pages, and that's why inside of my bullet journal, I use stickers and washi tape, and that's because I love when things are pretty. When things are pretty, I'm way more likely to use it. And so I would just kind of encourage you guys to think about, like, what kind of design and look and aesthetic do you want your planner to have? Do you want it to be plain and kind of like chic and one color? Or do you want to have something with an inspirational quote on it, or something that is like really beautiful or floral or bright or fun? So kind of think about what kind of look do you want your planner to have. So that is number 3, the look, aesthetic, design of your planner, something to think about as you are picking a planner for 2020. All right, and number 4, the last one, the last thing to really think about as you are picking a planner for this new year is to think about size. Think about the size of your planner. So this is one thing that I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the Erin Condren planner, is that it was just really big and I couldn't put it in my purse. When you go from, like, I was using a May Designs planner, which this is skinny and tiny and can throw in any purse. When I went from using this to using the Erin Condren, I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is massive, which has its pros and cons, right? So for me, I know that I take my planners with me on the go. So every single day I put my bullet journal in my purse, so it goes from sitting out on the counter here in my apartment, and then I move it and it sits on my desk open at, to whatever page or week I'm on at my desk at church. And so when I'm like working on other things and I think, oh my goodness, I need to remember to do this because I forget things a lot because I have so much on my plate. So I will be sure to write it down right away or else I will forget it. So for me, I need a smaller notebook that I'm able to throw in my purse and take with me on the go. This is why I love my little micro happy planner. This is really a fun thing for me to put in my purse on the go. I use it, like I said, to write out kind of weekly to-dos or things I need to buy or pick up from the store, little meal plan ideas and whatnot. And so I love the size of this. This is a size of a classic happy planner, and so like this for me is too big. It would maybe fit in my purse, but I'm just not as likely to use it and bring it with me and like utilize it to its full potential if it's too large. But I do keep this at home and I take notes and work on projects and stuff in it. But so that is number 4. The 4th thing to think about as you are picking a planner for the new year is what size do you want it? Do you want it to be big and you're going to keep it on your desk or your kitchen table at home and that's it? Do you want it to be smaller that you can take with you to work, on the go, in the grocery store? So really be thinking about what size planner you want for the new year. So again, to review, number 1 is to think about the price. Think about the price of the planner as you are going into this new year. Number 2 is think about the function. What kind of function do you want to use your planner for? What are the ways and things that you're going to use your planner for in the new year? Number 3, what is the design, the look, the aesthetic that your planner is going to have? And number 4, what is the size? What size planner do you want? Do you want something big? Do you want something small? Do you want something in the middle? And think about that. So anyways, I hope that this video is helpful to you in narrowing down how to pick a planner that will fit your needs in the new year. And I look forward to showing you guys what my kind of daily planner will be in 2020 and how I set it up, as well as look for a video of all the multiple planners I use, because I do use a few other planners for different things in my life, and so I look forward to sharing it soon about kind of all the different planners that I use throughout my day to keep me organized and on track. As well as stay tuned for an end of the year flip through of my bullet journal. I am so sad, you guys, to see this journal go. It has been my baby and my prize and my joy for 2019. It has gone with me literally all over the world. It's gone with me to Mexico, Dominican Republic, where else have I gone? Southern Oregon, to the beach and back multiple times. So this has gone all over the world with me this year and helped me stay organized, helped me stay on top of things, and so I'm sad to see it go. But anyway, so let's just kind of stay tuned for some of my other planner related videos as the old year kind of wraps up and the new year gets started. Look for lots of fun planner content from me here at Creative Faith & Co. because planning is a great way to stay organized. It's a great way to be on top of things, and it's an awesome community. It's a great way to be creative, and so I have loved being able to share more about planners here on the Creative Faith YouTube channel. Be sure that you subscribe to the Creative Faith YouTube channel down below and hit the bell notification so you do not miss out on any of my videos coming up. And also be sure to let me know in the comments below, do you use a planner? If so, what planner are you going to be using in 2020? And I will have links to my planner. I have a planner playlist here on YouTube where I show reviews of various planners like the Wordsworth planner and Clever Fox planner, and I show setups of my little micro happy planner, and so definitely check out that playlist below, and I will see you on the next video. Bye friends!